One was sitting here with him as he gently pushed the ring in her finger. He looked at her and she smiled. She also smiled. It was a small ceremony of the engagement. Her parents were so happy. She looked at her ring and it was beautiful. Photographer clicked their photos and they got up. The photographer clicked so many pictures of them and they were looking so happy. After that, she went out to attend the call and his mother came towards her and she grabbed one and "Do you like it?" "Yes." He said, "This is your first time seeing and touching a diamond." One her face smiled like she always felt nervous in between them because they always talk like this. "I heard that people like you do everything not to lose the diamond ring." "Yes, I mean, I see you see this for the first time." "Yes." She felt her humiliation. She never saw this, but it doesn't mean she had to say this. Her mother walked towards them and "Let's go for dinner." His mother nodded and they walked out. She always thought that his mother didn't like her. Her father was a childhood friend of hers, so her father dad wanted her to marry his son, but Van's father was no reason why didn't want to marry him because she always felt complex in between them. She tried to humiliate her. After that, they ate dinner and talked about their lives. He told her many times many things. He was looking cold, yet chill guy. His personality was cold, but he was not. She was. She also told him many stories of her. 6 months later, Vine was standing in the bus and suddenly a woman got up and walked her. She sat down on the seat and haved a sun. She was tired. Suddenly he called her and she picked up the call. Vine, are you at home?" "No, I'm going home. I'm on the bus," she said. He was sitting here with his secretary, was sitting beside him while putting her head on his shoulder. She was listening to their conversation. Why don't you take my car?" "No, I don't need it. You know I don't know how to drive. I will hire a driver for you." "Okay, call me when you reach home. Okay, bye." "I love you. I love you too." He cut the current threw his cell phone on the couch. "Do you really love her? I'm literally sitting with you," she said angrily while standing up and poured his blood in the glass. "And so, why are you doing this? We love each other. Leave her." "She's poor and father wants it. I can't do this." "You can't do this because you can, but you can cheat on her, make me a mistress, and also, you don't have to care because she's poor or brainless. She's an innocent girl. We are not together. Remember, you broke up with me." "Oh, really? You think this?" She got angry and go to hell. "Now live with that poor girl." He walked out and he closed his eyes out of frustration. He lay down on the couch and grabbed his cell phone. He thought to call her, but then thought that she might be tired at that time. I just laid there while staring at the ceiling, thinking about what to do. The when he was garden for years, and now he didn't want to leave Violet. Dan broke up with him before they reached again when I knew that she loved him so much. So suddenly he started to feel for Violet. His mind was messed up. Here Violet was sitting with while looking at the schedule. She told her mother that she doesn't want to marry him because he always felt weird around his family. Their style was so different, even their speaking style was different. Now she was sitting there while thinking about him. He cared for her so much she started to love him. Because of him, she got the job and which she saw so many men treating their wives like trash and she didn't want it, so she was happy that he was not like other men. His sweet gestures make her fall in love with him. He was not only the one after his life who never made her feel. She was a kind guy, that's why she liked him. After putting the books aside, she laid down on the bed. She was happy with her life, even he was not her fiance. She never felt poor because she never took tension over small things. Her son was enough for her. The next day, "Look, I bought this." He smiled and she was smiled. He smiled and she was quite sure and he misjudged. "This will look good in you." "Yeah, while I'm going to a business party, so join me. Go with me as a fiance." "Okay." He smiled and she fell for it. That night they were walking while holding a coffee. She was laughing and he was telling her his school choice. He never felt this happy before with someone. She was really the mood changer. When she laughed, he also laughed. She was laughing like an idiot. I pushed him in the pool and they were laughing and suddenly his cell phone started ringing. He looked at the ID caller and called an ID caller and it was there. He picked up the call. "Why are you with her? How can you do this? We love each other for years and suddenly you go to her." "Well, I have to go." "What happened?" "I just have to go. Can you please go through the bus?" "Yes." "Okay, let's go." He sat down in the bus and she sat down in the bus. And he sat down in the car and they both drove off. She came back and sat down. He never left her like that. She knew that something important came up, but she never felt not good. She lay down while thinking about him and decided to think positive and not bad thoughts. Let her disturb. God on the other hand, tell me, do you start love her? She was starting. If yes, then why do you break up with me if you love me so much? I was going through so much anxiety. I don't know that you will get engaged with her. Why didn't you tell me her? Now what's the reason doing this? Because I love you, I can't see you with her. How can you become so important for you in 6 months? You forgot me for her. How can you do this? We have loved each other since school. She put the hand in his, abruptly looked at her. No, I don't love her. Please don't do this. I'm sorry, I still love you. I will leave her. Don't do this. He nodded and threw the away and walked towards him. Don't go behind her. She sat and he nodded. After a week, he didn't even message her. She called him. He didn't even pick up the call. Now she was getting ready. He gave her the gift of going to a party. She wanted to go to his house to surprise him. She thought that he would be not okay. She came in and the guards let her in. She looked at the house and it was looking like he threw the party. She looked for him and then he saw her. He didn't know she would come. He was in his strike. He walked towards him. Janko, why don't you pick up my calls? I will be fine. Actually, then came Ryan. Who invited you? Janko, who are you? Why are you asking? Really, you invited her? Yes, Shivdar made an annoying face. Man, just wait for me. I will come back, he said. He said sweetly, and she nodded. She looked at the people and they all were looking sorrowful. A waiter came and gave her his glass of juicy apple grab. In that moment, everything was fine. She didn't know that within a few minutes her life got turned down. She sat down while looking at the people. A few minutes later, she got up to say he was coming out of the room with Dan. Shivan felt weird, but she walked towards him. He was looking so angry. The man of his bottom was visibly but she walked towards him and suddenly her foot slipped and the juice fell on Dan. Oh no, I didn't do it by purpose. Shivan, are you blind? I can do the whole class owner when you learn manners. You look classless when you speak or behave. Do you think that this behavior of yours is good? No, it's pretty annoying. I'm afraid to get embarrassed because of you. His words were like an arrow who was going through her heart. He was overreacting. Her tears started falling as she turned to leave. He stopped and, where are you going? Let her go. She walked out while wiping her tears. After party, he was sitting on the chair while Dan was standing beside him. And one was standing in front of him. She tightly grabbed a trap from her and said, it was so fast when I can't. I love Dan. We have been together for years and I guess with you. Just for my father now, this is affecting Dan, so I can't. He whined and said, but her face was blank and he knew that she was so heartbroken. I'm sorry, Vine. But John looked at him and, why are you saying sorry? Vine suddenly put the diamond ring on the table in front of him and started walking towards the door. He was feeling so bad and grabbed the ring and this will look good and beautiful on me. Vine came into a room and started crying. If he loved her, then why does he engage with me? Why didn't he deny at the time? Why he played with me? I understand that he loved her, but why with me? I started to love him. Why did he show affection if he loved her? Her tears were falling when she made up her mind. The next day, she told her parents everything and asked them not to talk to his parents or back them. She returned everything. She left the job which she got because of him. She threw everything which he gave her. She saw that she didn't need him. If he needed someone loved him, then she would not die. Her life would continue and her positive thoughts. Jiangu said to her that she wanted to help her. He didn't want to destroy the good relationship between their families, but she refused this offer. She thanked him politely for asking, but she refused to take it. He didn't show him that she would die without him or love him. She acted with braveness. She was happy that she broke her engagement and not her marriage. And after that, so much happened. She got a job from another country and she decided to go out of the country. Her parents were happy for her. She loved the country and didn't look back at him and his family. After 3 years, she came back and was standing there while waiting for summer. Suddenly came while holding her baby. He looked at her. Hey, Ryan. She looked at him and tried to smile. How are you? I'm good, but what are you doing here? I'm going to the hospital. My son is in bad condition of sad. Where is Dan? She hesitated to speak. She left me. She nodded and a car stopped in front of her. Nice to meet you. Hope to see you again. She nodded and sat down in the car and drove off. She didn't behave rudely because it were her manners. As she laid her back, sat back, and who was